to 3 tags.
Yeah. All right,
You
we're
don't, you
live.
don't have enough Infinity Stones of Wokeness, bro. But you have more than I do.
We're live.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to have 3. You're right. 2 minimum, 3, and I don't punch enough cards.
Oh, man.
I'm just an orc. Oh, wait, I can't be an orc anymore.
Oh.
Where are my people? You know what? It's weird. We're no longer represented. We got kicked out of D&D, man. They took away our orcs. We can't be orcs. We can't be drow. We can't even be space monkeys. We've got nothing in D&D. There's no fantasy race that represents us anymore.
That's so sad.
Dear. You guys are still in there, demons. I'm guessing that's just the new. This is the new fiends are just gonna be just regular dudes walking around.
I thought we were the Azamar.
You wish. All the Azamar are androgynous now. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I
They're
just
always
realized.
a little androgynous, though, because I don't think they can
They're supposed to be.
reproduce. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the concept.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly, there are several like me. No, I'm Modron all the way. You know what? That's it. Modron. Nobody can complain about my Modrons. We're robots. We're a mechanical race. No, wait, I forgot about Concord. They're still giving pronouns a role. I hate everything. Let's start the show. That just
All right,
annoys
let's
me.
get started. Welcome to Dice Junkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
and on Skype.
We have Bloodaxe
They
today.
give robots pronouns. I just thought about how stupid that is. Like,
All
that just
right.
hit me on a new level to go like, wait, I'm not even safe as a machine.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, man.
I'm just gonna be a ball of light. There you go. Remember that one? The little floating lantern?
Yeah.
Lantern Archon. I'm a Lantern Archon. I'm a ball. Oh, wait, but it's the wrong color. I'm not allowed to be a yellow ball of light.
You know.
Remember when fantasy was fantasy?
Yeah, I do.
You could
I
be
mean,
anything.
I mean, it's been killing me lately. The
Grew up, everybody told you you could be anything you want. Now you're getting told, no, you can't.
so I don't know, man.
I can be a knight that slays dragons. Hey, this D&D game sounds cool. I could be a kung fu elf. Oh, man, I could be this. You know, it could be 3-kin. I love playing 3-kin. You know, it's like, oh yeah, this is really cool. And now it's like you can't do none of that. Why? Not allowed to not be what ain't you. So wait, I can only be. That's not even fantasy anymore. That's just reality. No escaping reality. Our reality.
All right, so let's talk about. So I'm bringing this up because actually I've been asked a couple of times by people because we brought it up in the previous show, and then because of Bethesda doing things, it got delayed, and that is talk about Fallout London. Fallout London has recently had an update. Apparently, they are waiting for a final green light from GOG to launch, and so we will be seeing that hopefully soon.
Until the next Fallout 4 update.
Yeah. Well, at first, they were debating on whether or not to use one of the where you just have to go back to a previous version to be able to play it, or but they are going to. They have been working with it to get it working on the current release of Fallout 4. So if you were hyped about Fallout London, it is getting closer.
They have not
given us a set date, though.
But they have not given up.
Yeah.
Somebody out there is still trying to do good things with Fallout.
I mean, dude, this was one of the things I was hugely excited for. And then all of a sudden they've announced the Fallout 4 remaster. And it was just like this shattering sound in the back of my head. Of, the glass breaking of my anticipation dying.
I replay Fallout 4 all the time. I look forward to a new experience, especially because I was going to be looking for We Happy Few references. They got to sneak a few in there, man. I'm so hoping they slide. Like you find a dude with a mask and you find a little happy pill. Like, there's a lot to work with a London base. And, of course, we all were going like, Is there going to be that one police booth you walk
Oh,
in?
well, obvious. There's gotta be.
That the inside's going to be different. Now, the problem is when you go in there, is there going to be a dude? Okay, let me stop.
Yep. Stop. Oh.
We'll leave that to discuss who they got. I'm just dropping that right now. Like, that's just a trash fire.
I don't think they've killed my red dwarf yet. We can make some red dwarf references instead.
There you go. Now you mention it, though. You put it on the radar.
Smeg off, man. All right.
They're going to have a little... It's hard to even talk these days, man, because everything I'm like, ooh, I got a dwarf joke. Oh, wait. No, I don't. It was D&D, not what you were thinking. Yeah, I had it in reference to that wonderful D&D.
Yeah.
I know that's not the right dwarf, but not the right dwarf. That's just D&D. I'm killing Bloodaxe. He's over there shaking his head. D&D, man.
Anyway, so did you guys get to play First Descendant?
No.
I did. And I made the mistake of playing a character because I tried out. I was like, I'm going to try out a character. And then I found out, yeah, and you're stuck with that. Like, you don't get to switch characters or any of that.
You can unlock more characters.
If you're willing to expend a large amount of time or pay $15 because the price to buy a new character is not matching the price per increment of the special purple currency you can buy. So you got to buy more than, because really the new character is like $12, but you can't buy it outside of $5
That's
increment.
like common practice, dude. Like all those currencies, they never sell the currency in the.
And I didn't even have access to the area where I could go to farm Glay, the one character I wanted to try in the game. So I was just like, then I played a little bit more and I looked and said, I can do better things with my time. And I uninstalled it. Because I'm sorry, it did not have the appeal to spend a week just to get the character I want to play. It'd be different if I had 3 or 4 to switch around while I was doing that. But being stuck with one character slot and one character, I immediately said, what game that has like almost 15 characters on its roster starts you with one? That's like getting a Street Fighter game and you get Ryu. It's a free Street Fighter game, but you get Ryu. That's it. You don't even get Ken. You get Ryu. You have to fight Ryu versus Ryu until you unlock another character. I was like, dude, I can't even explore your game because I can't switch around and try different characters. So the character I had didn't impress me. And that's how you risk a lot, because what if someone picks this character and decides this character sucks, and then I go, well, let me try 8. Oh, well, no, wait, I can't. I don't have a character slot. Oh, I got to go find 4 items, build up like hundreds of thousands of gold, and then it's 12 hours, 12 real game hours after you farmed everything for the character unlock. 12 real game hours. I was like, you've lost your flipping mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on top of that, it's got so many pay-to-win stuff, man. As soon as I saw the pay-to-win stuff with the
boosters, all that.
I was out. You know, because I do not play pay-to-win games.
Bloodaxe, remember like I told, remember I made both y'all guess how much the elite character,
the
or whatever,
ultimate, yeah,
the ultimate character cost, and it was like $100 for a single character, the ultimate version. $100. Do you know how many other games you could play for that? One character, but yet unlocking it takes what was the estimate, like 40 hours or something to unlock?
Yeah, it was something insane, dude.
So I looked at the game and I said, honestly, I'd rather play Outriders with you guys. It's more fun. Their powers are cooler. They're more interesting. And guess what? We could switch between. We could have multiple characters.
Currently, First Ascendant is one of the top-selling games. Apparently, it is even going over Elden Ring.
It can't be top-selling because it's a free game.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as number of people that have downloading it, it says the third-person shooter. Let's see. Recently released on the game has gained so much popularity that it has dethroned Elden Ring as Steam's top seller. Yes, it is free, so I don't really get that.
This means it's the most downloaded.
But anyway, the game stumbled badly. You know, I mean, like you said, with the microtransactions and other things. So Nexon Games said, you know what? We're sorry. they actually said, we're sorry, here's some skins and stuff. So they gave a couple of different items away as a we're sorry. But apparently to use the items, you have to buy something.
Well, one of the things I noticed that I was warning Bloodaxe about was that everything in the game had to be unlocked, including just basic slots. So, like, I'm not even sure if you unlock a character, you can use them, because do you have to have a character slot for each character? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Unless you need a character slot as well. So I'm not surprised, because you probably need an outfit slot or something to change your outfit, or else you can't change it. Yeah. Am I wrong? It's probably you need an outfit slot.
You cannot change the color of base weapons or descendants. But they gave you red paint to compensate for the first day issues, and red paint you cannot use unless you buy a skin to use it on, because you cannot use it on a default skin.
Because what I told you, if you buy a character, you get a character slot with the character when you purchase it. So I'm guessing there's skin slots, and you need to buy a skin
apparently you
to
can't
get
change the
slot.
color of the default skins. The only skins that have color palettes are ones that are you have to purchase.
Oh, so you got to have a purchase skin to be able to change the. Well, like I said, it's a skin slot, because the default skins don't have a skin slot. So you got to buy a skin slot so you can change the skin on the weapons that you buy. Because I don't even know what the heck they were talking about when they said unlock.
So everybody's like,
slot.
"This isn't a free compensation. You're not giving us anything free. We have to buy something to use it."
Like I said, even if you unlock a character, you also have to have a character slot, too, because they don't give you that. They give you nothing for free in this game, man. You get 10% of this game for free. And everything else has got to be unlocked, which you can unlock if you've got a lot of time,
but
or bought.
And that was the thing. I mean, one of the biggest complaints, one of the things that we were sorry for, was because of the overpriced microtransactions. They didn't lower the price of the microtransactions. They just gave you something free that you had to buy something to use. On top of that, they say, for example, if you take around $30 to expand their mod capacity in a game, whereas in Warframe, you only need $1.50.
Well, that was my thing. Like, I told Bloodaxe, I said, dude, if Glade costs $5, I'd drop $5. Because the game wasn't so bad, I wouldn't drop $5 to try it out with a character I like. But I wasn't going to drop $15 once I found out that if I don't like Glade, I've wasted $15 because I don't have any other characters. Because again, you don't get any. You get one. And I was just like, dude, give me 3 so I can juggle around, and then I'll add to the roster. But $15, no way to know if you really want it. No, I need more than that. That's insane. And I can go to Final Fantasy 14, buy the game, and it is a sold game, but I can buy it. Honestly, it might be free. I don't know. I got to check. But I can go get Final Fantasy 14, and man, for $15, I can get me a little suite of things. But like you said, you get so little for your money. Like, it's a very minuscule. It would cost you, like I said, it costs $100 for an ultimate character. If you wanted to unlock multiple characters, they do have packs. Nope, the packs only give you one character and then guide you toward the other. It's really cheap, man. They're just greedy as hell. I'm going to call it. This is one of the greediest games I've seen in a while. Like, you see this. Like, what did they say? For example, you need to spend $3,000 to own the Ultimate Form of Bunny, the post-character game. And this much in-game currency costs $70. So, wow, you can get it for $70. Glade was $99. So that's impressive. You can get, well, Glade's one of the later tiers, and I've noticed that they also have the characters tiered, and the rarer characters do cost more. One I wanted was $99 for Ultimate. And think about it. There's, like I said, close to 15 characters, I want to say. It's a lot. I mean, it's more than 10 characters. At $15 to $100 a pop, this game is up there with DOA for possibly being a $600 or $700 game to get every
Flynn
character.
in the chat room says, too many companies found ways to monetize games that does not come across as slimy. How the hell did this company screw it up? I don't know, dude. That's what we were talking about.
Overwhelming greed.
You know, when the game came out, me and Q, because I was like, man, I've spent money on several free-to-play games, mostly because they don't do things that are game changing or game modifying. Like, I will spend money on a game that says we're only going to do cosmetic, and I'll spend it if it's a good game. Why? Because I want to support the game. Not that I give a shit about the cosmetics, because I don't. I don't care what my characters look like, you know. But
well, dude, we're 3 grown men with good day jobs.
Yeah.
I bought you last Epoch just because I wanted you to play it.
yeah.
So, like, we're not cheap. We toss $40, $50, $60 games each other. You know, Bloodaxe will buy me a game. I'll buy Bloodaxe a game. Xeno will buy a game. Xeno might buy both of us a game because he don't pay us. You don't never know. So like $70 isn't too much for us if we feel the deal is good. Dude, I'd have got this game, and if they had said it's $15 for Ultimate Glay and Ultimate Ajax, man, for Ultimate Glay, I'd have bought her and I'd have bought my boy Bloodaxe Ajax because that's the one he was looking at. Because I'd have been like, oh, $15 for the cheaty version. Cool. All right, I'll pay $15 to cheat a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I've been waiting for Path of Exile 2 to come out, you know, and if it's good, I'm going to try to get my putties to play it with me. And I will probably, you know, buy them stuff on there if the game's good because I want to support the game, you know.
Yeah, you got to beat me to it. I ain't gonna lie. Path of Exile is on my list, man.
Yeah.
We got to get Bloodaxe in there. But that's the real question. Is it going to be on Xbox?
I think so. Yeah.
Hey.
But
Hey,
yeah,
Bloodaxe,
so
man,
I mean,
you going to join us?
I played the first one a little bit.
No, dude. You need to check out the Druid. And the bowman, the
gunner.
hunter. Yeah, oh, he loves guns. Dude, I can see Bloodaxe just turning it into gears. I can see him rolling gear style on it. But, so it's not even that it's high, it's that it's a low value. Because the thing is, the game is nice. It's not a terrible game. But, like I just stated, I tried the powers. You get a chance to try the higher tier powers. Now you unlock them for a little while. I preferred Outriders powers. I preferred Borderlands. It just didn't.
I mean, the
wow
thing
me.
is they had the models to sell the skins, dude, with Bunny and all. I mean, everybody
girls are
talks.
gorgeous.
Everybody
They're
talks
amazing.
about that ass. Like most of the upvotes are talking about how fine characters are. Dude, you could have made tons of money just on outfits. You'd
have to have the character. That's the problem. Yeah, if you had the character and then you just came out a whole suite of skins, people would be just buying skins.
Instead of making it pay to win, all you would have to do is make skins. Yeah, pay to fap. Yeah. No, I mean, you're right.
True. It is. That's right. Like I said, just
dude, I mean, you hit the nail on the head right
I
there.
mean, you have a bunch of outfits. You can have a whole roster of outfits.
I mean, dude, look at Stellar Blade. How many people are paying for those more outfits for Stellar Blade?
And complaining it like, hey, get us those old.
Yeah,
we
get
want
those
those
skippier ones. You know.
Now, with the sheer quantity of... Plus, honestly, all the characters look great. All the skins look great. The game is visually amazing. But if I got to go through all that to get the character, I don't want to spend extra money on the skin.
You got muscular men, too. So, you got
and
got
badass
both.
armors, dude. Ajax looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, so you got both sides of it. You got the badass factor for the guys who want just badass-looking gear on their male characters. And, I mean, you can do skimpy outfits for the dudes, too. There's women out there that'll buy it.
Dude, most common
And guys out there that'll buy it.
We're primal players here. You sell the shirtless skin, we'll get it. So we could run around out that sucker just...
Yeah, like Rambo in it, you know.
Just running out there shirtless. Like, Ajax has got the helmet but no shirt for some reason. He's just got the helmet. Like, that actually would be fun. And here's what's funny.
You know,
if you
bouncing
had,
bullets off with just my muzzle of my pecs, you know.
That's fun. Dude, I'm telling you, if they had instead had Glay not be $15 and hard to get, and she was $5, and if for extra $10 I got like 4 or 5 awesome skins, I'd have dropped to 15. Because, see, that's value. But 15 just to snag her to save myself a week in a game that I'm like, I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep playing. Yeah. But, see, that's the thing. The hook. You need to hook people into your game before you try to get the money. They're like, nah, man, pay up front.
I'll be honest.
Now.
I've spent $15-$20 on a free-to-play game out the door just because I appreciated what they were doing. You know, like, And then sometimes I'm like, I'm just not feeling this game. But I didn't feel like I lost my $15. I'm just like, at least they had the integrity. I will spend money for integrity.
Yeah, yeah. But when there's nothing, it's the old saying, when you come at somebody showing your greed up front, you turn people off to give you their money. It's a turn off. It is when you're like, we're going to microtransaction and get every penny we can. Then immediately you go, well, screw you. On the flip side, you provide quality and then say, would you give money? People are like, sure.
Yeah.
What you got on this, Blood?
Well, I mean, I was looking forward to playing it because it was more playing with my friend. And, I was thinking something like Neverwinter, where you get like 4 or 5 slots and you can mix and match your characters around and we can tweak and experiment. But when you called me Saturday morning and told me your experience with it, I'm like, oh, so I need to deinstall it? And you're like, I've already done it.
That $100, man. I was done.
If you want people to invest in your game, you've got to give them some flexibility to at least try things out. If you make one bad decision, you only get one character, I'm going to deinstall your game and not play it again. So at least give us some flexibility to experiment, to find out what we like before you start asking us for cash. Because like Zeno said, you have to have that hook to get into the game, to get interested in and get invested in it. And then you'll start spending some cash. Or I might buy EXP boosters, or, I might get some loot chests or whatever. But the fact they make it so hard out the jump to even get interested in it, I didn't even try it based on what my friend suggested. So I've been playing this Forgotten Realms Heroes game, and I spent $12 to buy Artemis and Trary just because that's my boy. So yeah, I don't mind dropping $10, $15 on a game that's free to play because it's something that interests me. But I have a whole roster of 12 other characters I can play with. So I bought an extra one. So what? So you're right. You have to have something that allows you to be able to find what niche fits your play style best. But if I choose the Druid and the Druid sucks ass, and I really wanted to play play Ajax, well, I've got to move around and pay money on a game that, you're right, I probably won't be playing in 7 days.
Yeah, well, speaking of insane prices.
And just to do it a little bit, like I completed several missions. Like I didn't quit at the start too. I played through. I went all the way up. I was on the Bunny mission where you get back to Bunny and they were trying to tell me how to unlock her. And I mean, the shootouts just weren't. And it's very MMO-ish. Like I walk around and half the time a quest to complete because I walked to the area and other people had already completed it. I mean, I'm already not a big MMO guy. I just don't know if that's a good looter-shooter model, personally, in my opinion. Because that is weird where you could just, like, walk in a zone and a quest completes. Because other people already shot all the guys. It was, yeah. But, like, so that's also didn't wow me. Like I said, the game didn't wow. But I didn't want you to think like no, I played it. Unlocked several of my ice powers after I got to try them out. And I was just like, these are boring.
I mean, after I heard pay to, the
oh, you can definitely pay to win.
I was done. I didn't even finish. Like I had started installing it. He called me, told me his experience. I was like, all right, cancel.
Dude, I was just like, I'm not feeling these ice powers. Okay, I'm gonna give this game another chance. Glade, 15. Ultimate Glade, 99. Boop. Uninstall.
Yeah. All right.
And just to give him a shot.
Oh my god.
Boy, in the chat.
Yeah.
Our boy Flynn was talking a little bit about the love of Stellar Blade and Bunny and other characters being popular because of their good looks, but people being butthurt over Alloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a topic for another time. I'm curious about that topic. We got to get into it because I'm like, not quite the same thing, but I get you. Like, because I think they actually changed the appearance of the character. And there's a difference between character comes out, character looks A, and character looks A as an A type, looks this way, game 1, game 2, then game 3, they suddenly go through a remodeling. And that's what I know. I'm not a fan of the games because I never thought Alloy, I thought Horizon Zero, I just thought the Horizon game sucked. Yeah, I know. Set fire to me, I don't care. So I never cared. But from what I understand, it was a model, a strong change of the character model that triggered people. So a lot of talking about that to see the case, but be aware, better have your argument together because we're going to pull them up now. We'll put them side by side, And now we put them side by side, and I'm like, homie, you need new glasses? So we'll check. But I might be wrong. Might be they look almost the same. But I like that. I'm curious. We're going to throw that on next time. That'll be fun.
All right. I have no transition anymore. But, hey, Dragon Quest 3.
You wouldn't pass if you did.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh. All right.
They made the process that's going to make you pass, bro.
Dragon Quest 3 fans are upset with low effort of HD 2D Remakes Collector's Edition. I mean, this is what I'm talking about hurts. Because I already got hurt when I saw the price of the base game that they want $60. Apparently, on top of that, they want $200 for the Collector's Edition, and the Collector's Edition only comes with you get a storage box. You get a acrylic figure set, an in-game adventurous accessory kit, which is like some in-game items that you get, and then 2 digital wallpapers, which everybody was like, those are going to be all over the internet after day 1, where anybody can just grab them.
They're already out.
Yeah,
you probably can get them now.
$200. $200.
Dude, compare that to stuff where my boy Bloodaxe gets a collector edition and he has like a freaking like Lancer on his desk or like a Gears helmet, like real cool crap. Like, don't you, Bloodaxe? Like, you get like amazing collector's box sets where he has like these.
But I mean, it's just the acrylics, man. It's just like little stickers, basically, I
got a life-size fabricator in my office. I've got a Jack drone. I've got Marcus with a Lancer kneeling down from Gears 3. I've got the consoles from Gears 3, Gears 4, Gears 5.
Those are stickers.
But
yeah, acrylics. Yeah.
I mean, even Darksiders 3, I bought the collector's edition, and I got these figurines for War, Death, Fury, and Volgrim. But I wouldn't pay $200 for that.
No.
That's insane.
That barely looks like it's $20. I thought the acrylic figures... I didn't understand the word acrylic. I thought you actually got at least figurines. Those are flipping stickers.
Yeah, it's basically stuff you put on glass. You can put on your vehicle, in the back window and stuff. That's what acrylics are. Yeah.
You can go make those.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do amazing things with the Cricut nowadays.
Oh.
That is the lamest $200. Oh, so I'm sorry. You don't even get the seeds of that. That's just a pre-order. What you get over there is a couple of crappy accessories.
A cat suit, words of wisdom, dragon scale, and a strength ring.
And a wallpaper. Wow, that is the worst $200. And on top of that,
the digital wallpapers don't even look that cool. I mean, look.
No, they don't. I've seen better. Well, that was my thing, is that if you watch the previous episode, which was the week before, I was out last week doing family stuff, but like when we looked at it, my boy Zito tried to be positive, but he was trying to be optimistic. The remake did not look high enough quality to be worth $60.
No.
It looked like a $30 remake because it looked like it got it up to maybe PlayStation 1 or 2 at best, and that was it. I mean, it doesn't look that much better than like Secret of Mana or Chrono Trigger, honestly. I was not wowed by the graphics. It's a slight upgrade. I mean, it's an upgrade to the original game, but compared to now, dude, that's Game Boy quality. You can get that on a mobile. You can get that on your phone. That's not a $60 game because it's a game you already played. And it's a game that they made a notch up to like mobile. That's mobile. Tell me that's not mobile. That's about mobile. I've seen games look that good on a mobile phone.
It's actually a little off-putting because if you look at the characters versus the environment.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's how mobile games do it. If you're not seeing one of the higher quality mobile games, that's what they do. Little sprite characters slapped onto a pretty background because it's easy to do a background because it's just a still. It's just a still, and then you can have a beautiful hand-drawn background. Then
the background looks pretty good, but then the characters look way out because you got these smooth graphics on here, but then you got the jagged 8-bit almost style. I mean, it's better than 8-bit.
This is not a $60. This is not a $60 upgrade, man. And it's not a $60 game, and then it's definitely not a $230 because the whole package with the game and all that is like $239.
Yeah. And then on top of that, now...
Hold on. That'll get you like 5 characters on the other one. You know, what's the stupid game we're talking about? The First Descendant? That's like 5 characters, man.
Now, apparently, Square Enix is removing male and female character options as well from the Dragon Quest III. So if you remember Dragon Quest III, there were certain classes and stuff that were, you know, are in gear, like the bunny outfit. You know, that was for the female characters. You know, certain classes that required a certain gender to. Well, now they're like, we're not. You know, apparently one of those Sweet Baby Inc. or somebody got their hands in there and said, let's not do genders. Let's
Type A, Type B.
We're just gonna have Type A and Type B.
And that they said there is no distinction between the male and female heroes. So, you know. Now, here's what makes this interesting is that it's a remake. But, I mean, it's the game. It's not really, it wasn't supposed to be changed.
I'm curious, too, if this is...
So, why do when you make changes, like, the only change that they've really acknowledged is we're modern audience. I'll be nice and say it that way. They're modern audiencing it. And you're just like, if somebody's buying this game, they are literally buying it because they played the original. That means... they're not a Gen Zer. They didn't exist when this game was out. So you're making a game to sell to an older crowd, and it's very clearly even the modern audience dev focused people have said, yeah, that age group doesn't like our stuff. So who's?
Well, it's also just one of those things where it's also just a weird act because it's half-assed at that. Because I mean, you literally just say, okay, A and B. Well, A is voiced by male. The character has male characteristics. B is voiced by female, has female characteristics. We know what A and B is. Why even fucking bother?
Because there's somebody out there that's so sensitive that the very word male or female offends them, and I can't even say anything past that. I got to stop there. That's it. We'll leave it there because wow, everything I had after that was get in trouble. So
it's the stupidest shit, man.
Because like you said, it's not like they really removed it. Because I thought originally they were actually removing. I was like, all right, they're removed. No, they're just going Type A, Type B, and I'm like, okay, that's male and female. What you did. You did male and female.
Blood, got anything?
I think Sweet Baby Inc. really earned their $7 million on this project.
Square Enix is still listed as a partner on the Sweet Baby Inc. page. I've checked. They are still listed. So, yes, Square Enix does work with SBI. And I think last time I checked SBI Detected, they are already tagging this game. So, yeah. So, even though they learned their lesson, Square Enix, for being like console exclusive to Sony, they didn't realize the other reason they were losing money.
I grew up on Dragon Warrior 1 and Dragon Warrior 2. Didn't play the third one. And, you know, I had a lot of fond memories of those games growing up as a kid. But, you know, the more they redo this stuff, the more it tarnishes those memories, the more that, you know, I'd rather just break out my old Nintendo and put it in Dragon Warrior and say to hell with buying your $60 remake. It makes absolutely no sense to spend money on something that you're going to continue to ruin. So, give them the 8-bit graphics.
So you click it, it's going to go to their page. But yeah. So they are still listed as a partner with their clients as of Sweet Baby Inc. So yeah, Dragon Quest. And I think the reason I think I was shocked because when I went to like SBI Detected. I think I told you that. I said, like, dude, the Dragon Warrior game is showing up on DI Detected. That's like a DI Detected. I was just like.
Apparently, they're saying they have Valve as their client as well.
Valve doesn't make games. Maybe one day or something, but.
you were going to try Flintlock until we found out that Sweet Baby was involved with that.
Yeah, we all were. Like, I literally had set it to pre-download. Found out it was DEI detected, SBI, and immediately canceled that before the game came out because I didn't even want them to get one more download.
Well, and this is I actually was watching some stuff on YouTube, and a lot of the things that we try not to get too deep in the show. I
really
noticed
just chilling. We try not to get into politics if we could help it.
But
and I was interested in South of Midnight. I mean, I really was interested in that game until I found out they were involved with that.
Man, I spent a lot of time in Louisiana.
Well, I mean, we also have the Tales of Kanzara we were talking about, which Sweet Baby was influenced, is now laying people off. Another game that was destroyed. And here's the thing: I don't know what they did in the game, and I don't care. And this is what I was going for when I was talking about. I was watching some other stuff. Is I actually was Asmongold was talking, and I was surprised because Asmongold
he's back and forth across that fence.
Yeah, but he was like, I think he had his moment of enlightenment because he all of a sudden started saying basically what we've been saying, or what I've been saying, and that's that. At this point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they're doing to a game, if it's good or if it's bad, because it's so slapping you in the face that it's become to where we're looking for it, and
they've made you hypersensitive.
Yes.
To where now games that it's probably not a big deal, you can't tolerate it. It's like that having too much of something till you get sick of it.
Yeah.
They've actually ruined inclusivity. I was never a person who would immediately ignore a game just because it had a female protagonist.
Yeah.
But now I don't even stop half the time. I just can't because I know that there is at least a 70 or 80% chance it's trash because they've done it wrong so many times, and I've been burned giving them an opportunity that I now don't give them opportunity because you know what? It's like, what did I say? I gave an example in the form of food. All of us, we like to eat. If there's a restaurant we go to and the food's nasty the first 5 times you go, no matter what you order, you're just going to stop because you're going to look and go, yeah, I could go back and try again, but I got sick every time I went.
Yeah.
Why? When I could just go to a place that doesn't make me sick. But what if it's good this time? Yeah, but if it isn't, I'm the idiot because I got sick. I'm the dummy. You're asking me to keep trying something that's been bad every time I tried it.
Well, yeah, and because they've done so many things poorly, because they wanted to push their agenda for so long, now that's what we see. It's sort of you made a good example with the restaurant. It's like Dragoo's. Dragoo's is a restaurant down in Louisiana that I loved. I used to go to a lot, very expensive seafood place. They opened one up here. I went there like 3 times and had bad experience every time, but I kept going back because I had good experience before.
I did 4.
Same thing goes the other way. We had, what's that restaurant that's opened up by the reservoir? That's down on the coast as well.
Shaggy's.
Oh God, the Shaggy's.
Shaggy's. I went to Shaggy's up here. It was bad. Everybody I talked to said it was bad. Bloodaxe, we're down on the coast. He's like, you want to go to Shaggy's? And we're like, hell fucking no. Because we had a bad experience. They let another restaurant, ruin their name.
And it didn't matter who went or how many times. And that's what happens. And like I said, it makes me sensitive to games because honestly, and that's why I was going to try Flintlock. Because guess what? Despite what you think and how much easier it is to pigeonhole us, no, we're self-aware. I said I'm not going to knock this game out when it's literally on my Game Pass without trying it. And I said I'm going to give them a chance to show me that this game is not Forspoken.
To finish my point real quick, the point is now no matter how many good examples there are out there, we've been slapped in the face with the bad examples so much, and eventually you gotta stop. You gotta stand back and go, okay, we said we fucked up, Let's get back to stories. Let's not try to push these agendas anymore. And I've actually heard the game isn't that bad. But as soon as Sweet Baby Inc., this is in response to the chat room, Flynn says, Tales of Kenzera is pretty good. It's about an authentic you can get with African lore and yet keep its fantasy. And yes, it is. And I mean, I was hyped about the game, but when I saw Sweet Baby Inc. attached to it, something that really, there was no reason for Sweet Baby Inc. because it's African lore.
I know.
How are you westernizing?
And I know, but it just took the authenticity immediately out. I just immediately no longer trusted the game. And on top of that, here's the problem. It may be good, but I don't want anyone to hire Sweet Baby Inc.
Yeah.
So I'm also like, well, but I really don't like Sweet Baby Inc. And it's been not what you think. It's not, I'm being this and that. No, it's like I've listened to the president talk and I've listened to people talk. They're disgusting people. It's the individuals. I've heard some of the most disgusting statements I've heard in years. I mean, it was more racist than the last time I watched a documentary about the Ku Klux Klan. It was like horrendous. Like saying just some of the ugliest things I had heard. And I said, well, I can't support that morally. So unfortunately, I can't. It's just like with Sony, though. This is also not new to me. So don't act like I'm being weird. Dude, Sony has the RPGs. I won't buy it. You know why I don't like Horizon Zero Dawn? It's a PlayStation game. That's why it may be an amazing game, but I won't give Sony money. And Sony's not any particular group. Well, same thing. Sweet Baby Inc. I said, well, let me see what they're actually saying. And I sat down and listened. Then I went to the Twitter and I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe that. Then I heard from employees there that quit that said we were treated horribly while we were there because of our race. Yes, look it up. They have abused their employees just for being white.
I mean, dude, the same reason goes now behind Black Myth Wukong. I will probably buy Black Myth Wukong whether or not I even play it.
Because they tried to, blackmail them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, now I'm going to buy the game because I don't support blackmail. And by the way, they recently got attacked. They had a bunch of racist stuff sprayed on their building by one of the good guys. Well, they're sexist. That's why I sprayed all these racial slurs. Yes, racial slurs on their building. And I'm just like, you're writing racial slurs on a building to show how bad it is to be like that, but you're the person writing racial slurs. You know what writing racial slurs? You know who wrote racial slurs on the side of buildings? Freaking guys back in the day that were doing the bad stuff. I don't get that. I just don't get that. You don't know how much it pisses me off. I'm just like, you're behaving like the people that we're trying to get. We are all agreeing we need to get rid of. No purpose. There is no excuse to paint racial slurs all over someone's building.
Why not, dude? I mean, that's the thing. Probably 99% of the population says we don't like sexism, we don't like racism, we don't like. Yeah, I can say that. I hate racism, I hate sexism. But at the same time, our definitions of racism and sexism is what seems to vary a lot.
It should be. I think everyone here can agree racism is bad.
Yes.
Which means there's no excuse for it. You don't get to do it because these guys didn't want to pay Sweet Baby Inc. That isn't an excuse to go, oh, good. Now we get to call them all kind of.
But
that's I ain't going to say the words, but now we get to call them all kind of boom, 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 blah, 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 blah. No, it's not.
It's no longer with these companies like this. It's no longer about not being racist, not being sexist. It's about you're not our type of racist or our type of sexist. Well, it's about
I'm right, and if you're wrong, you have no rights, which is, by the way, the heart of racism. Deciding a group doesn't have rights because
it's about ignoring science to
I don't even want into science, dude. It's not even that deep. It is I'm right, and if you don't agree with me, you're not a person. And thus you have no rights, which is amazing because again, that sounds really apparent who's the bad guy in that scenario. I mean, I'm just shocked at them. I wouldn't even plan to bring it up, but it's just because it pissed me off so bad that racial slurs well, they're sexist. I'm like, and you're racist. And you're being racist because you're saying they're sexist. That's not good. That's not the answer to the equation. You can't go super racist against Asians who are making this game because IGN, who the writer who did this happens to also be a former SBI employee who tried to blackmail this company, said they're sexist. Like, even if you follow the trail, I wouldn't trust anything this person said. But I definitely would also not jump on the bandwagon of, well, what? They might have been sexist. They said a sexual, and even their example is, well, we believe they said this quote that's insensitive. Okay. So we painted racial slurs on a building. Whoa. That's what Bloodaxe, what were we talking about with that Gears game? What an escalation. You know, so that escalated. Like, you skipped 2 or 3 steps in there, man. You went straight to like, you know, let's get the old crosses out and start burning them. And I'm like, I don't think those things, you know, are, because here's the thing. If you're against racism, then you don't do that. You can't be against racism and then start vandalizing buildings with racist slurs the second you don't like somebody. That just means you're a racist, but you're trying to pretend to not to be. So you're going on this side and going, I want you guys so I can get away with my racism. And you just happen to be lucky enough that everyone around you is an idiot who goes, well, I mean, it's okay if he didn't say the N-word, so we're fine with it. And it's like, he probably does. It's just he's targeting that group right now because that person's a racist. Just because they're not saying it to you at this moment doesn't change the fact that they just committed an act that's blatant racism. You need to be a little bit more intelligent. It's like watching a guy who likes to cut up puppies. It's like, yeah, but he never hurt me. Actually, that tends to be the warning sign of danger. You don't need to go, well, you know, it's not me, though. It's like, it could be you tomorrow. I don't trust a racist. Just because they're not calling me something racist doesn't mean I don't believe they will if I know they're a racist. And I'm like, if I see them committing racism, I'm just thinking, and when I walk out of this room, I'm all kind of you-know-whats and you-know-whats, too, because they're a racist.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
And by the way, then what's worse? Oh, go ahead, Bloodaxe. What you got?
Well, no, that was a deep rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Well, no, and then the consequences is that innocent people that are just trying to feed their families, when they do these agendas and they decide to go with SBI.
Well,
No, also them. Their company too. We got both of them.
Yeah, I mean, but this one here now, I don't know how much. I read this and I don't know how much the layoffs are based off of this. I mean, this is the Park Place relating things that aren't necessarily relatable.
I was mainly talking about the Zao company. Their dev had to start firing people.
But yeah.
So people lost their jobs just so they could put
apparently
SBI.
Another round of layoffs hit Xbox. Plus Xbox has been embracing a lot of comments that...
I don't know if they correlate. I agree with you on that for Xbox. Xbox has been firing people for a minute. I think they're still doing what they're doing. Now, did they possibly trigger this? Well, they did have that statement, that dev statement, suggester, which may have caused some of the losses that led to this. But I don't believe Xbox is tied. See, that's the thing. Again, we're not psychos here, man. It's like, no, I don't. I think Xbox is still doing cleaning house in general. Because, for example, none of that agenda had anything to do with Starfield sucking. You know, like Bethesda bombing over and over and over. No, that was just bad business calls. But now, we still hate to see people lose their job, though. We always cover it, you know.
Yeah. And where the wokeness part of this article came in was from a comment made by...
That's old, though.
But yeah, it was a while back with the whole raise your hand if you're not a white man and you want to buy video games. Which is just
They do employ some controversial people.
Yeah.
But, like... And like I said, we're mainly covering this just to go, dude, the gaming industry, man. People are losing jobs left and right. Now, do I think Xbox has made decisions that are costing it money? Yes. For example, it's got to cost money to put this stuff on Game Pass. You don't really do it, but me and Bloodaxe know they have been grabbing a lot of woke content for Game Pass, man. you look at the most recent released games, man, and like 50% of them are weird diversity games that when you go look, no one's playing. And I'm like, stop filling your roster with that. That's got to cost money. It's got to cost something to do that. And it's not working.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, it is one of the joys of, I guess, Game Pass is you put things on there, and the way they pay out on Game Pass is basically by hours played. So the more people that download the game, and then how long they keep it.
There's got to be an overhead to get the game, though, right? You think they don't pay anything to get a hold of the game?
I mean, they probably do. I mean, at least if it's exclusive or if it's, but I mean, a lot of it is they're just giving them a chance. They'll say, hey, look, yeah, you can put it on our Game Pass, and if people like it and play it, you'll get paid. If not, well,
if that's what they're doing, it ain't as big a deal. But like, I'm more, like I said, also we were showing, like you saw, that the Zao company, the guys that made the game, they're firing people. And I just thought, man, it must suck.
I mean, from what I understand, Microsoft does
job.
invest in a lot of these indie companies like that. So
Really?
they'll give them some starter capital to finish their project, and then they'll put them on Game Pass and see how they go. Which honestly, to me, I don't think that's a bad.
Well, if they're doing that, then more power to them. Give them an opportunity. Yeah. I thought they were spending capital to get these games to put on Game Pass. As a matter of fact,
I mean, once again, the more opportunity you give people to get proven wrong, I mean, if the games don't sell, that there should be data on that. There should be a data building up and Game Pass is perfect for numbers and figures, man, because
they ain't gonna release them.
They're not going to release them, but I mean, but as a company, when you go back and go, okay, what kind of value are we getting? What are people? Okay, they're not joining Game Pass apparently for this stuff, Now it may take a while for them to come to that because there's these blinders on. I mean, everybody gets blinders, for their agenda, and it's why I try to discuss with people who have an agenda instead of just yell at them or something like that, is because I understand. I have blinders, I'm sure, for certain things as well. I mean, I see things in my light,
Well, that's what I told you. Like, dude, I had a big conversation Saturday with a friend of mine that's, bisexual, and I asked him a lot of questions. Yeah. I like to get educated. They explained a lot of things to me. I learned a lot. I love having conversations where I go, why does your community do this? And he explains it. And that's why I said this, and I mean it with all my heart. The intentions are usually good. The method is a failure, and there's a lot of snakes and money grabbers who are abusing it. But the intentions are pretty solid. You talk to somebody, you'll find out that most of them are very normal people just trying to do what they think is right. But then you got SBI.
And for instance, like so was Tomb Raider woke? It's getting crazy having characters other than white heterosexual men go automatic, and that's what we're talking about is because they've pushed this agenda for so long. Yes, characters that shouldn't be labeled are getting labeled.
Like if Tomb Raider had been released now, it would fail.
Yeah,
and that's a shame because it's an amazing game. But you've seen this so often, you just don't trust it anymore, and that's why I was looking at Flintlock and going like, I'm gonna give it a go, but. And honestly, I would have, but I definitely will never support SBI. Sorry. SBI can put out a Black Panther game. I guess it'll be the first time I don't play a Black Panther game. I'll be like, I guess I can't play it. Because I believe they're grifters, they're liars, and that they're taking other people's heartfelt intentions and agendas and goals. I shouldn't use the word agendas, goals and efforts, and they're corrupting it to make money. Because when you're blackmailing companies and lying on them, I believe that they are snakes in the grass. And I really wish the community would purge these fakers and get in people genuinely trying to do something.
I mean, the problem is SBI and these other diversity, inclusion, companies aren't going in and going, hey, so this game, we're looking and this character isn't really represented well, or this, and let's make this. And I think it'll make a better story. Try to clean some stuff up, make it a little more. No, they're going in and they're saying, oh no, this character's got to be gay proud and shoving in everybody's faces, and we've got to put them as the main character now, even though it doesn't necessarily match the story well. We're not going to rewrite
that guy right there. He needs to be a punk. Like, no, you got to immediately mess him up. And you're like, why don't you go in? Like, I've never seen them make a good character. That's just the best of it. I've never seen them make a single memorable or good character.
And because
how do you fail that?
And because they're making it where
and stereotypes.
You're putting these characters in there, but not making good stories or not. It makes it where you're basically going backwards. Now people hate those characters, and instead of it just being a good character.
What?
Tomb Raider was a good character. It was a good story. People didn't care about Tomb Raider's gender because they were interested in the game and the story.
Or some people really like the character, but that's also a thing. A competent and attractive,
but
rich,
what I'm saying is she wasn't interrupting your immersion constantly by going, look, I'm a strong female character.
They never stopped to go on and on about it. They didn't. They just showed it. You know, show instead of tell?
Yeah.
Like I just got to say this real quick. Like, Forspoken was an isekai. Why did she have to be a criminal? Whose idea was that? They could have just had her be an orphan. They didn't have to make her a criminal. Why did they make the black female character a criminal who works with a gang? Why was that necessary?
Well,
wasn't.
That's a whole nother issue.
They also stereotype. They don't even make whole.
That's a whole nother issue with the whole diversity. Is when they go into diversity, they're looking at diversity as sex, gender, race, but they're not going into diversity of character. You know, there are so many. I mean, dude, this is my boy. You know, I've known him for a long time. His brother met him recently. They are very different people. Now, nothing wrong with that. They're both very interesting people in their own way. But we don't get that in the games. We get the same black female character or black male character every time because they're trying to sell you a type.
Or they don't understand. They pretend to think they understand the group that they're trying to represent, but they don't. It's why every character looks the same, because they don't know that, hey, all black women don't look the same. There's a lot of different ethnicities and changes. But no, it's the same person. Like, you line them up, man, and you could swap them out on games. You know what I'm saying, dang near, and that's bad. You know, that you don't even know how to make us distinct in any way. And that's what I was saying. It's like, it's pathetic that they continually... Batwoman, you know, the first Batwoman, the white Batwoman, she's from ex-military. She had this interesting backstory. They switch a black Batwoman. She lives in a van and was a drug dealer. That's really what they did. Ex-drug dealer, lived in a van down by the river, homeless. And I was like, wow, the dignity. How did she get the Batsuit? It fell out of the sky and landed near her van. This is how they write us. And I was like, wow, why couldn't she have been a entrepreneur and this and be like, I was actually a firewoman too. I'm a volunteer firewoman. That's why I'm fit, but also I have a bit. No, drug dealing, ex-criminal, ex-con.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, black females should be upset over how
poorly they get represented in everything.
I mean, black males had started getting more diversity in movies and actually, you know, the fact that, yes, not everybody's the same. You know,
everybody's a thug.
Yeah. You know, you start to get that recognition, and then all of a sudden, you know, now it's going backwards, man. Everything's going backwards because they're trying too hard to
and that's the weird thing that they never see. It's going backwards. We're de-evolving. We're de-progressing. And that's the problem. Because like I said, it's a shame that you couldn't put out Tomb Raider and not everybody go, woke.
I mean, it's like back when the whole debate over gay marriage, you know, by the time we passed gay marriage, people didn't care anymore. Like, everybody was like...
Oh, no, yeah.
You know, but I mean, now, I agree. Now the whole LGBTQ thing has become a big issue again, and people are starting to get stirred up about it.
I know.
Because
we're losing progress somehow.
You know, we had gotten to a point where nobody cared.
I guess that was a problem. Attention. That seems to be more of it than anything. But anyway, we are way off topic.
I know. Sorry,
but it's leaked into games. It's not random. It's leaked into
it's leaked
our
into
media
games. It's leaked into our TV. It's leaked into our Star Wars, and all the geekdom. They've decided.
There was a time that a female or male Jedi main character would have not raised an eyebrow.
No, dude. I mean. When Samuel L. Jackson,
Mace Windu.
Yeah, everybody was like, "Fucking A!"
They give him a purple lightsaber. They weren't even playing, and we were just like, and what did black people say? Awesome, purple lightsaber.
It's like
because you weren't worried about it. You were just enjoying yourself.
People were like, "Oh no, that's one of the few saving graces for that movie."
And when it was really sad when they did the new Star Wars, a lot of people looked at Finn and said, "Cool, I want to see him become a Jedi." But then they made it a thing. I said, how did you screw this up? People were going, man, I want to see Finn, a stormtrooper, former stormtrooper becomes a Jedi. Who's that? What is she doing? Why can she fly the ship better than him? How did she beat Kylo Ren? What did you do to my story? You had diversity. Yeah. We were all rooting for Finn.
And then, also we saw the two-facedness of it with the posters in China and, And
I found it funny that Disney, trying to include people, pushed the black guy into the back, gave him some weird Chinese girlfriend, and threw him off to the side. And I'm just like, you just got a white main character again. I don't think you guys know what you're doing. Like, well, she's a woman. I'm like, yeah, but she's also white. We had a black one. What happened? China. Oh, they don't like black people. Well, I thought you were, okay, so John Cena, just faking it. You know what I'm saying? Did Mickey's apologizing in Chinese? You know what I'm saying? Like, So, yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm sorry we went off on this stuff. But, anyway, that's...
Because we hadn't made progress.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to be judged. We were making progress, and now we're deprogressing, and it's sad. How bad is it? Would you believe that people are petitioning to cancel a game that's coming out in November? Yeah. So how much hatred did you earn for your game that the Japanese people have got a petition that he thought only had 30,000 something signatures on it?
Well, when I saw it back on July 2nd, this petition had 30,000 signatures from a Japanese petition to cancel this game because they were so mad.
Sorry, Bloodaxe, we ran it so long we didn't give you a window to rant.
But now it's up to 70,000. Let me refresh. 70,272.
It's going up live. To cancel a game. And no, if you don't think that's not a lot, this is a Japanese petition. It's in Japanese. This means that this is just amongst mostly Japanese people have hit this petition. And it has hit 70,000 in a few. Well, it started on June 19th. But it went up 40,000 in almost only 4 days. Like, it's going up nearly 10,000 a day, or at least for a period of time, it was going up 10,000 a day. Yeah. So how hated is your game?
Yeah, this is Google's translation, so this may or may not be very accurate. But it says recently the lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect has been a serious issue regarding the upcoming game Assassin's Creed by game developer Ubisoft. The game is based on Japanese samurai, and ignores the fact that samurai were a higher class of warrior class and should have been
Gokinen or
servant of nobles. In fact, the first European to hold the title of samurai, William Adams, served
Tokugawa. Yeah, I want to say Ieyasu
as a 250 koku hatamoto. In this history, Ubisoft continues to misunderstand the nature and role of samurai. This is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history, and may also be linked to Asian racism.
Well, actually, the response from both devs and people working at Ubisoft and many people following the game has been horrendously racist. Again, the people who are supposed to be the good guys, I've looked at some of the comments. They've been very disturbing and racist. And that's why I said it's so weird that whenever I hear people crying racism, but I actually look it up, the people I hear being racist are not the people they say are being racist. I don't hear a bunch of racist stuff coming from the Japanese people complaining. I've seen a lot of racist stuff being thrown at them. and literally going like, we don't need no more Japanese samurai main characters. I'm just like, I mean, one, this game is set in Japan, and two, Japanese samurai. Samurai.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to be Japanese. It's samurai. If it wasn't you know what they call a noble swordsman who isn't Japanese? Who's European? That's called a knight. They had names for that. They had other names for that. Samurai specifically references the Japanese noble warrior class specifically. That's a part of their culture. Of course, they're going to be Japanese 90% of the time. So to make a statement like that, like, I'm tired of seeing Japanese samurai, that's racist. That's like saying, I'm tired of seeing black rappers, and I'm tired of seeing, I don't want to say this because I don't want to stereotype, but, like, it's like literally going, I'm tired of seeing you people. And that's basically what it came out. I'm tired of seeing you people. It's like, well, then don't play the Japanese game, punk. Yeah. Go play Valhalla. But, don't say I don't want to see Japanese people in the game set in Japan.
Flinders Room says, guys, Japan got pissed when the Miss Japan winner was half black, so this tells you something. That petition is some bull. There are plenty of samurai in games that never got petitions. Also, the black samurai, forget his name, a real figure who was noted for his skill in combat. There's a lot of...
None of that's really accurate.
I'm
sorry. I've been watching a lot of research on Yasuke, and... he was noted to be strong, like an animal. And there were references where they called him an animal.
And don't get me wrong.
They were not that fond of Yasuke.
I do get Japan. Japan has racism,
Oh, no. That's definitely. There's xenophobia more than anything.
Yeah. But the point is to me, is this game, which is the first Assassin's Creed in Japan, and they took something that should have been a Japanese character.
Yeah, I'm not knocking my boy Flynn. I love him, but that's whataboutism. Mentioning sometime that they were racist doesn't make it okay to be racist to them. Again, we literally just had a big rant about that. And they're racist about the first Miss Japan with her being half black.
It's the same people that talk about cultural appropriation and all this stuff that are...
one historian even pointed out that a samurai is not supposed to accept loss in battle. Like, the normal thing for you to do if you lose in battle or your master is killed is you would commit seppuku. And Oda Nobunaga, who Yasuke served, literally committed seppuku when he was defeated. He committed seppuku, as did most of his men. Yasuke fled the battlefield, which is not samurai-like behavior. If he really was a samurai serving under Oda Nobunaga, he should have committed seppuku along with his lord. Another historical pointer that says probably wasn't really a samurai. Just pointing that out. So it's like, because I've been researching this, I've been looking into it, and I'm like, there's a lot of evidence that says probably wasn't. And he wasn't expected to. They literally hid him and got him out of the country because they wouldn't expect him to if he wasn't a samurai. But if he was a samurai, he would have been expected to, like, alongside Oda Nobunaga, have done what a samurai would do alongside his lord. So, he was not a samurai. Or at least he wasn't doing it right if he was.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to believe the people that live there over external people trying to say what the country's history is. Because I don't want nobody trying to tell me about our people. I don't want some white dude telling me about the Zulu Nation or the kingdoms of Egypt. I'd rather hear it from Egypt and African nations. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite and go, well, we don't want to look at them when they talk about their own people.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I can't.
He did not take his head. Where did you get that? Okay, we're going to stop it. Like, I'm getting some, what?
Well, and that's the thing,
I've been watching historians for like the last month.
Well, and that's something I've noticed recently. I mean, it's a rewrite of a lot of history recently.
Apparently. I'm like, that is not the version of any story I've heard.
And at the same time, I'm not educated enough to say what's right or what's wrong in that field because I have not kept up with it. But once again, I don't know, man. it was just a really weird choice to me, and I get why you would sort of be upset. All right.
I gotta research that one. That's new. I never heard that one. I'm like, what?
We're gonna wrap up there, and sorry for all the rants today. Bloodaxe, you got anything to say before we get out of here? You're over there just like, oh my god.
For those of you that are watching on YouTube, you probably should join the live show to see the interesting chats. Just saying.
All right. Final notes, Q, before we.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to find out if Yasuke took Nobunaga's head, and one dude said that might have happened. But all right. Yeah. The main thing is that regardless of anything else, I'm just going to be blunt, because in the end, I don't hold as strong opinions as you think, dude. I'm just tripping. I don't really care. Everybody be happy. Everybody do what you want. In the end, I'm a facts person, and dropping facts on it ain't working. 70,000 petition, you can feel how you want to. Game's going to do bad in Japan. SBI, DI trying to do what they're trying to do. It's killing games. Ultimately, you can't get your message out if nobody's listening and your stuff's failing. So something's got to change. And it's not going to change the way they walk, because they've tried it. Calling people names, it's not working. Accusing people of being racist, it's not working. Claiming that it's a small group when your show gets a 15% rating and going, oh, that's just a small, how the heck is it small if you got a 15% rating? Mm-hmm. A small group can't move the needle. Yeah. That's not how numbers work. Something needs to change.
Saying the fans are the problem.
Saying the fans are the problem when fans are the ones that spend money and you lose money and you're firing people. Because here's why. I'm not worried about the hurt feelings. I'm not worried about the extremists on the right, the dungeon dwellers, the basement. Oh, you're ruining it, man. It should only be dudes. Yeah, those guys suck. I agree. We're not those guys. Those guys suck. And on the flip side, though, the people that are going, F all white men forever. And I'm like, well, I have friends. There's good people everywhere. You shouldn't ever say this group is evil because of their skin color. I don't like that. I don't like extremists. But ultimately, numerically, something's got to change, and hostility won't work. Why don't we get back to progress, sit down and talk it out? That's all it takes. Sit down, talk it out. Earn some trust, and I'll play your game. I can even forgive SBI after everything because I don't care enough to hold a permanent grudge. But they'd have to sit down and act like they got some sense. If you act like you got some sense, I'll give you another chance. So something's got to change. Let's progress together and try to actually do something. Instead of wasting money, because thousands of people are losing their jobs. Those, to me, are the real victims. I walk in and I lost my job because my boss decided that all white people are racist, that he's going to say that and have the devs call him on that. And now I don't have a job, and I'm just a regular person trying to feed my kids. Now I don't have a job. That doesn't work. And people are suffering. And no, it's not the hurt feelings on either side, because both sides don't really care. They're not even involved. They're just keyboard jockeys. Both sides. Keyboard jockeys. The people that are suffering are the people trying to make it day to day. And those people are losing their jobs. And those are the people I'm worried about, because they didn't do nothing wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? So there you go.
Yeah. And I agree. I mean, the vocal minority that's the one that's pushing a lot of stuff around, they don't have jobs to begin with. But the majority of folks that are just trying to put food on their table and be successful in life, and they're not getting involved in all this stuff. They're the ones that are suffering. And it's really unfortunate because, again, I agree with you. I don't think anyone should lose their job unless they are doing a piss-poor performance. But if you're losing, departments or you're because you can't make money, so therefore you're shutting down businesses, the real people that are suffering because of it, they're going to have a hard time. And my heart bleeds for folks like that, because you and me and Zeno, we can sit here and we talk about all this stuff, but like you said, we've got pretty respectable, well-paying jobs. We're not in these industries that, have to deal with this DEI business. So we have a different outlook. But if I were a game developer and I wasn't getting a job because I'm a heterosexual white male, yeah, I would be suffering because of it. So, well said. I appreciate your point on that and bringing it out, because while we can say we're going to boycott SBI, we've played some of their games, and even before we knew about it, Dark Alliance was garbage. We tried to like it. And Spider-Man 2, we saw the difference between Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is garbage. So even if it's not the story, just the gameplay on some of these things they're affecting, because they're putting money towards these DEI initiatives as opposed to hiring quality people to make the game fun to play. So anyway, I'm gonna
end it with this, and that's just just make good stories and interesting games. Don't worry so much about agendas and push, because here's what I'm gonna tell you, man. If you listen to some of the best authors and writers out there, of some of the major books that you read, most of them will tell you how they created most of their characters. They went out in the world, they met real life people, of many different lives, and they use that to write a good story. And honestly, I think that's maybe what some of these people need to do, is just go out in the real world, quit being in your little bubble or whatever, go out, meet some people, travel some, have discussions. Don't get mad if somebody has a different opinion than you. Talk to them, and then you can use that to make, an actual story that has some diversity and feels, and because you can't just use these cookie cutter personalities. People are seeing it. We have such a huge technology communication system to where you can't half-ass these things anymore. You really have to go out there and get some reality.
Yeah, this is one thing. I had a family reunion recently. I'm going to tell you something. Our family's matriarchal. We have amazing women for years. And I have been blessed to know some of the most incredible black women you'd ever know. And accomplished amazing. My cousin was a roaring. I bragged to you so much about my cousin's amazing. And when she passed, her legacy was awe-inspiring to me. And I also met her sisters, because she was in a sorority. I won't get too much into it, but she was in a sorority. All her sisters, amazing women. I've met real strong black women. None of what you put in these games is their struggle or represents them.
You can't just hire a company that comes in with a checklist. That's not
you need
going
to talk to real
work.
people. When I went to my son's graduation, they had a principal there that also had once been a superintendent. That woman wowed me with her story.
Yeah.
Incredible, inspiring. How can you not do this? Just go. They're there. There are amazing women that you could just copy-paste. They're incredible personalities and lives and different appearances. They all look different. And do that. You don't even have, you can be lazy and do better than this.
Yeah.
But somehow you're being lazy and failing because you don't know what real strong women look like. And they're there. They really are.
Don't use the internet personalities for sure.
No, go talk to a real one.
Go out. Go out.
Go to a black sorority. You will just there. They'll put you. What's your story about? Oh, Africa. We got to. You're from Africa. What you got? Oh, what's your story? New York, living in New York, being an orphan. We got one of those. We got it. What was it like growing up? And get you real stories, and then you'll have authenticity, and then you will succeed. Because believe it or not, I want you to succeed. I've said this before. A good effort, a good message, I want to see it succeed. But you can't. That's why I rant at you. Because you're failing at something that's honestly kind of easy.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Dicejunkies.com for links everywhere we are online. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel. And as every week,
We hope you enjoy.